Dobry wieczór wszystkim, I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic today. I'm Mysticle and I'll be bringing you the latest in AR and VR news. As usual, you have chapters down below to skip to anything that you might be most interested in this video, and with that being said, let's get right into it.
Okay, so the first piece of news that we have today is another feature in v71, as the cast setting that we have normally been used to being under the camera tab has apparently been moved to quick settings. This isn't a massive feature or a groundbreaking one by any means, however it is a nice thing to see. The cast feature is something I use quite a bit when I want to move something over to a receiver on my computer to record for you guys, or if I just want to cast for someone on a TV. So it's nice to see that being in a more accessible and quickly reachable spot. Another little something that isn't necessarily anything new, however it shows you how well we're advancing, is Steam VR has now moved hand tracking through Steam Link out of beta, meaning that anyone that isn't in the beta should now be able to access the feature, though you will still need to bring the beta version Quest side for now. Along with that, you can see SteamVR 2.8 brings over a bunch of different features as well inside their update. So that's nice to see, and in case you guys play SteamVR through your Quest, you should now be able to use these features. Now, here is something that I would say a lot of my audience probably isn't necessarily going to be really excited about. Either way though, it's still something that's coming, and in case you do use Meta's suite of avatars, there's a new string inside the Meta Horizon mobile app that references a share avatar photo option. So soon, we might be able to export icons anytime. I assume in this style. This is of course reading from Luna on Twitter, and you can see this suite of icons here that we will possibly very soon be able to export in this manner. So in case you guys do use Horizon's avatars, you might actually have an option to export it in icon style very soon, and probably send it in through other clients and stuff like that. Now, here is something that I personally am excited for. During Meta Connect, we saw Meta's Hyperscape, something that actually uses their own cloud streaming software, Avalanche, that we've seen leaked so many times to bring photorealistic 3D models of spaces into virtual reality that you can then explore on your Quest. It's absolutely crazy, looked really cool during the event, but until now has only been available in the US, meaning if you wanted to try Meta's Hyperscape or their Avalanche kind, you haven't been able to do so. Reading from Upload VR, Meta Horizon Hyperscape Photorealistic Scenes demo is now available outside the US. This one features 6 fully volumetric scenes on the Quest 3, meaning you can move around them with positional tracking. As brought to our attention by Dr. Ray Holder, the app now runs in the UK, suggesting it might be available in other countries too. Horizon Hyperscape is made possible via Gaussian splatting, which is also available on the Quest 3 in-app Gracia. Meta describes Hyperscape as powered by cloud streaming and says the scenes were scanned using mobile phones, plus post-processing in the cloud. Because the scenes are rendered in cloud, seemingly using Meta's long-in-the-works Project Avalanche VR streaming tech, the app starts by checking your internet connection speed and latency to make sure it's sufficient. But you can proceed even if the app deems it isn't. So there is actually something quite interesting. Apparently, even if your internet connection isn't good enough for Project Avalanche, you can proceed and use Hyperscape, which, I mean, I see as a good thing because it means more people can actually access this. I'm sure you can hear what's happening outside. It's very annoying.
And now we move on to some Vision Pro news, as Safari on the Vision Pro is actually getting embedded support for spatial video. So this is really cool. It seems more and more applications are actually getting support to play spatial video. Recently, Vimeo on the Vision Pro got one, and now apparently Safari is getting it. The revelation comes from an interview with 2 Apple employees conducted by photography news outlet Petapixel. According to those employees, the feature will arrive in Safari later this year. It's already possible to share spatial photos and videos via the web for viewing on the Apple Vision Pro, but the headset wearer would need to download that file and view it in the Photos app to see it in 3D. With this upcoming update, you'll see this depth on the web page itself. No need to download. Anyone not wearing an Apple Vision Pro will still see the content, but in regular 2D. Note, however, that since Apple Spatial Photos use HEIC, which is only supported by Safari, only Apple devices users will be able to see them, and websites will need to serve converted JPEG, PNG, or WebP versions to others. So yeah, I mean, that's quite interesting. I actually thought that my phone is able to view HEIC no problem, especially in things like the gallery. I wonder whether that's just a browser thing. Pretty cool. So very soon, if you have the Apple Vision Pro, you should see your images and videos inside Safari pop out at you in case they're spatial, which I think is just going to be a really cool web browsing experience. Talking about the Apple Vision Pro, PrismXR has made a pretty interesting looking charging dock for it. Some might say this is elegant, some might say it's quite funky. It looks more like a pod than a charging dock. The $90 PrismXR Katarina D1 is made of silicone and has slots for both the headset and its tethered battery, as well as a cable holder at the back. The battery slot features a USB-C port with 65-watt charging, the highest Vision Pro's battery can accept, which PrismXR says will charge it to 80% in 40 minutes. I know quite a few of you guys are actually using charging docks for your Quest devices right now, and stands as well, in order to, you know, preview your headsets to others or just have them standing there to be a nice showpiece. And now Vision Pro users get one too. I must say, this one does look quite elegant, and since it's made from silicone, it should also feel quite premium. In case you guys use the Bigscreen application, which by the way I still think is one of the coolest apps for watching video on Quest and PSVR, as it lets you connect with others while previewing your media. Overall, the app has grown quite a bit throughout the years, and now they've grown even more, as they're launching a paid cloud browser to let Quest users screen share without a PC. So this is really, really cool. Previously, in case you wanted to watch something on Quest from a browser, well, you needed to have a PC, and you needed to stream that PC over Bigscreen VR through like PSVR or something like that. Now, apparently, Bigscreen is going to implement this into their software, and if you pay for this cloud browser, well, you won't need a PC. You'll just kind of have a virtual one. Bigscreen, the social VR screen sharing platform, is spectacularly good at letting users hold commercial watch parties dedicated to anything they can show on a PC screen, Quest users included. But now the studio is launching a paid cloud streaming service that aims to make it even easier for Quest users looking to get away from their PC entirely. Bigscreen already offers a remote desktop client for Quest, which allows you to queue up your content on your PC for playback in the Quest native app. It's a really handy way of sharing your screen without technically needing a beefy VR-capable PC, as practically any PC will do, even Intel CPUs with integrated graphics which support quick-sync video. Now the studio is rolling out what it calls its cloud browser, a paid service that lets you host rooms and stream content without needing any PC at all. So yeah, as I said earlier, you will no longer even need any PC. Not that it had to be a VR-ready PC to begin with, you should just be able to pay for this cloud service and have a virtual one show up right there as a browser. That is really, really cool. While DRM restrictions technically black out services like Netflix and Disney Plus on Bigscreen's new cloud browser, it does allow Quest users to stream movies from other services, such as Plex, Dropbox, and Vimeo. And as the name implies, it also allows you to browse the web for anything worth chatting about, such as websites and web-based games. So there you guys go. In case that's something you're into, and in case you're using the Bigscreen software, you should now be able to have a browser there. And finally, in case you guys are into kayaking in VR and are looking to go into virtual nature, Whitewater VR Extreme Kayaking Adventure has arrived on the PlayStation VR 2. So in case you guys are looking for a title like this on the PSVR 2, well, you can now get one. Unlike the most relaxed Kayak VR Mirage, Whitewater VR is a more action-driven single-player game where you can race against the clock through river courses in 5 environments. So again, in case this is something you guys are into, maybe you want to do some virtual sports, or again, see virtual nature, well, you should now be able to do so on the PSVR 2.
So I'm sure you guys have noticed this. It's part of a new set we're working on. Lighting is currently a big issue. Echo is currently a big issue. I'm sure if you guys saw what's happening around me right now, you might actually be terrified. There is just blankets and stuff being taped to walls to try and mitigate echo. It isn't really working. We are working on, of course, getting rid of it properly, but I did want to share this new set-ish thing with you. This is going to be pretty big for unboxings and reviews when we do get around to those, and we do actually have a few coming up. And of course, then you have this massive floating island here, which is going to be probably the most important part of those unboxings, because we never had a table before to do unboxings properly on. So that's really, really cool. But yeah, I would like to apologize for now, kind of in the transition phase. Audio and lighting isn't the best, but we'll figure something out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave a like. If you disliked it, I guess that one works too. But let me know why down below. If you're not yet part of the community, check out the Discord and the Reddit down below where I want to see you posting your spice memes. And as usual, thank you so much to all the Patreons supporting this channel. You guys are what makes things like this possible, and I would like to keep improving it for you. So seriously, thank you so much for your support. It means a ton. Much love. And as usual, if you want to be notified of content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with you for a ding my bell, and see you in the next video. Peace. Okay, yeah, I'll walk over. Yeah, let's do it. You can tell, we do have some sort of lighting of sorts, because it's actually pitch black over here. And then when I move back, we have light.